Hello everybody. I am happy to be able to be here with you, even if it's by video during this really tough time for your school. I know this might not be where you want to be at this moment, nor is it where I want you to be at this moment, but I want you to know more than anything else, everything is going to be okay. How do I know? I've been there. Right now, there are people in the audience thinking, I don't even know who this person was. Maybe it's too stressful for you to have to listen to and you just want out of this gym. I don't know how someone could ever do this, some of you are saying. Maybe you're thinking, I just saw him yesterday and I wish I would have, or what could I have done differently? Am I to blame? I'm sick of hurting and I don't know how to go forward. Maybe you were really close to them and you're lost with words and you can hardly breathe. No matter which one of these you are, you will learn a lot through GIT REAL's Life Support Program. Up until now, there has been nothing like this out there for anyone, and this will change your perspective on so much. So try your best no matter how you are feeling right now and just listen. We have made this program laid back and educational so that you can heal the best way that you know how. Know that how you deal with this will be different than from anybody else around you. Everybody handles grief differently. Nobody handles it the same. You will feel angry, sad, emotional, and many other emotions will go through you, and that's okay. Just be you and leave the rest to us. I am now using what I know to reach out and help you, to not just overcome, but maybe help you understand such an awful tragedy. So, the I should have's and the if only I would have's and why didn't I are fill in the blanks with some of how you are feeling. I am to blame. I should have been able to stop this. Feelings of self-blame that affect people who have lost loved ones to suicide. Such feelings are raw, painful, and even toxic. They infect the open wound to a suicide loss, adding hurt to hurt. It doesn't have to be this way. You can replace condemning with compassion. Hindsight is, if you've lost a loved one to suicide, you may feel that your self-blame is justified. Perhaps you believe adamantly that you did or said too much. Whatever you believe, two important words apply. Hindsight bias. Hindsight is 20/20. More technically, according to two trauma researchers, hindsight bias occurs when an individual possesses knowledge about the outcome of an event and falsely believes he or she is capable of predicting its outcome. If you knew then what you knew now, yeah, certainly. If you knew then what you knew now, sure you would try and change things. We all would. It's outcome. Sadly, you did not know. The tricky thing about self-blame is that even though it hurts intensely, it also protects us from a greater pain. In blaming ourselves, we nurture the illusion that we have some control over this, some control over life. Tragedies all too often occur beyond our control. It is more devastating to realize how random events are and how random they will continue to be than it is to believe that we failed. The reality of control is not to say that nobody has any control over a suicidal person's safety or situation. There are things people can do to help someone who is suicidal. Ask questions, listen deeply, involve others, wrap the person in love, understanding and support. Be available to them, check in, stay with them. Provide resources to the person or take them somewhere for professional help. But even if you did not do any of those things, it doesn't mean that the person's suicide is your fault. Even when people do all of those things, still the person may die by suicide. We are limited in what we know and what we can do to stop suicide from occurring. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, suicide wins. Suicide is an illness, not who people are. Suicide is never one person's fault. Not yours, not somebody else's, and not the suicide victim's. Instead, the fault belongs to the natural forces that create. 95% of the people who die by suicide have a diagnosable mental illness. The forces of suicide cause irrational thoughts. They rob the person of the ability to see the possibility of change. They rob you of that. They connive your mind to make the person believe that suicide is the only way to end pain. Usually it's not just one problem, but instead a multitude of problems that lead to suicide. Maybe you are hearing these words and thinking, man, she doesn't get it. I really did fail. It's my fault. You don't understand. There's so many things I could have done. Man, I saw the person yesterday. I talked to him. I should have said something. They told me things and I didn't speak out. I failed. I hate myself for it. Maybe you discounted the fact that they were in pain. Maybe you said things that you would regret, like, it's not that bad. You don't really mean it. You're just trying to get attention. Or any of the million other statements that are regrettable when it comes to hindsight. Maybe you refused to take a phone call or said words of anger or even gave up on the person. Maybe you failed to keep the person safe. Maybe you were just afraid. To recognize the possibilities of death, maybe you believe that nobody you know would ever die from suicide. Mistakes forgiven? No doubt. Such feelings of regret cause crazy pain. I do not mean to discount your pain because I know it hurts. At the same time, no matter how you believe you failed, I would encourage you to ask yourself the following questions. Am I telling myself that I could have prevented my friend's suicide? How do you know that? Even if you had done things differently, would they still be alive? How could you have known then what you know now? Can I feel compassion for being myself or having said or done things that I desperately wish I could have changed? Can I forgive myself for being imperfect? Self-blame and grief feelings can distract you from grieving, and grieving is so important. And the process has to take place in order for you to heal. Think of self-blame as an itchy, woolly blanket that's been thrown over your grief. When you focus on the blanket, you do not see or feel the naked grief that lies beneath it. Remember, condemning yourself can build some illusion of control. What lies beneath your self-blame are the terrible facts that you cannot control. Suicidal forces overtook your friend, overtook a student of your school. The forces were of their own, not yours. You have suffered an unfathomable loss. Any loss is difficult, but one to die by suicide is so much difficult than any other. You cannot turn back time. You can't do it over. You can't do it differently. Your grief deserves compassion. It deserves people walking around and hugging you and caring for you and talking to you. You deserve to grieve. I can tell you this, walking through that maze of the what ifs and what you could have done and all of these things about how a person could do such a thing, they will make you irrational. You have got to understand this illness to be able to fight it. You have got to believe that just as cancer is a killer, so is mental illness, and we need to fight. Bullying, hatefulness, and all of those things are energy drinks to these problems. All they do is cause heartbeats to race faster and irrational minds to become even more irrational. I went through some awful things because a suicide landed at my front doorstep. I didn't know why. I couldn't even make sense of it. I didn't understand how something like that could happen to me. I'd never been around it before, and it wasn't pretty. But I chose to fight the disease instead of fighting people. I decided to put aside what I was hearing and focus on the things that I knew were true. So what are those things? I had to educate myself on what those things were by reading and looking up articles on what this illness does to others. It made a huge difference in my healing and how I deal with this today. Please refrain from being hateful to others. I know it's a lot to ask, speaking to a high school with all the bullying and things that occur, but I'm asking. Please think about what you are doing before you act in such a way that can hurt somebody else. Nobody knows what's going on inside of another person. Nobody knows another person's struggle. Nobody can even guess what those might be. All I know is that this world has gone through such things from way back to the Civil War to today and breast cancer and all of the things that we all fight together so that we can have a better place to be. We will never have it unless we come together. But we have to understand that this is something that is killing on an average one person every 17 minutes. This is your generation, and it can make a difference with this illness. You guys can change this. What Get Real will offer you is an educational tool, an educational backdrop to help those around you and allow you to come together and fight this illness for what it is. We have not only created a 6-week program, but we have created a lifetime program that is going to be all around you year-round, that will help you to not see so much bullying and not see so much anger and not see all of these other things that are happening within your school. Get ready to get real and turn your aim towards the disease and off of others. You are about to make a huge difference. And knowing the teens of today, I know you're ready. I know you are ready to fight this. That's why I came to you. I want you to know that when this happened to me, I was scared. I was lost. I felt like every single person that is watching this video right now. I was embarrassed. I was scared. I was afraid. I did not know what was coming at me. I couldn't understand. But I'm telling you, it started happening. I started hearing other people say one thing and another people say another. I started hearing people say, oh my gosh, how could this happen? I didn't even know. I heard people start, one person say they knew this and another person say they knew this, and I was confused. I thought, what did I do? What could have I have done? I walked through the maze over and over in my head to try and make it right. But what the truth is nothing ever made it right. The only thing that made it right is me to study what other people are going through, to realize that I wasn't alone in this situation. There are so many others out there that need our support. There are so many people out there that are going through the same things. Why wait till a suicide occurs to be able to step front and center and say, hey, I'm here. What can I do? Why wait for that? We don't do that with cancer. Why would we do it here? What, because you can't see it? Let's stop talking about what this person did and who would do such a thing, and let's think about what this illness is doing to not just the one in your school that was taken, but so many others that are taken daily. I am so sorry for your loss. I feel it in my bones. Every time this happens to somebody, I feel it. You have no idea how much the people that are surrounded by this feel it. And I get it. I get you. I get the people that were close, and I get the people that weren't close at all. Because since my husband took his life, I have been around many others that I wasn't directly connected with. But the more I understood the illness, I began to understand them, and it helped me love them for who they are. I'm asking that of you. I know this is a difficult time, but I want you, when you break up into your sessions, to listen to what is being told. I want you to participate in the things that you are about to be involved with. I want you to change your thoughts so that you can wrap yourself around this and help fight this incredible illness that is taking so many of our youth, as well as so many people, period. This is a tough day. This has been a tough last week, a tough week. This is just a tough situation, and you'll never understand it. You can never wrap your rational mind around an irrational act. So stop trying. I am really sorry for your loss. There isn't anything harder than something like this. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that every single person out there means so much to me. And that's why I am doing what I am doing right here for all of you. And I need help. I need you. I need you to help fight this too. If there's any kids out there that can step forth to help others that are seeing this darkness that they can't see the light, show them. Show them the light with a smile. Show them the light with being kind. And let go of this anger and resentment that we have within ourselves. That's what I'm asking. And if you can give that and you can listen to what's about ready to happen, you are going to be educated on something that you never thought possible. You are going to see suicide in a whole different light. And I hope when you come out of it, you are ready to fight the illness instead of others' words. Because fighting other people won't get us anywhere. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, every one of you are in my thoughts every single day. I love you.